Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Monday, December 18, Days of Our Lives spoilers recap shows that Chad DiMera accepted responsibility for his envy and how morality became hazy. In addition, Chad disclosed to Stephanie Johnson that he had previously employed Everett Lynch at The Spectator. But Chad understood they had to call it quits because of his lack of commitment and their problems with trust. That was acknowledged by Stephanie, who also reassured Chad that she still wanted to spend time with the children. Chad pushed on a clean break to make things simpler, even though Stephanie indicated he didn't have to leave SJPR. In order to spare Chad from having to move the kids, Stephanie also allowed him to keep the flat. In the Monday's Days episode, Stephanie wept about the breakup as well, just as Chad did. After a demanding workday, Chanel Dupree arrived at Paulina Price's house and was shocked to see that Paulina had slept until the middle of the afternoon. Paulina pretended that it was nothing more serious than a big cup of coffee. Later, Chad paid Paulina a visit and gave her an update on his separation from Stephanie on a personal and business level. Paulina had difficulty swallowing during a moment by herself on Monday's DOL show, telling herself that she was too busy to get sick. Chanel ran with Alex Kyriakis in the town square, and they spoke about her reunion with Johnny DiMera and his new role as Victor Kyriakis' son. Chanel and Alex also reflected on their interesting time spent with Allie Horton, which was clearly a reference to the trio they all belonged to. Chanel was concerned about Paulina when she arrived home because her mother had fallen back asleep on the couch. Nicole Walker DiMera told E.J. DiMera in the DiMera Hidden Room how Sloan Peterson Brady had simply abandoned the infant. Nicole detested to consider what may have occurred if she hadn't taken Jude Brady. Nicole mentioned that E.J. had plenty of money and could take them away to raise Jude together. But in the end, he persuaded her that they had to give Jude back. An eyewitness tip caused Sloan's confession to Eric Brady at the Salem Police Department on Monday's episode of Days to Go Awry. Eric surmised that the thief who abducted Sarah Horton's baby might be linked to the crime after Harris Michaels revealed that a woman wearing a dark hoodie was seen with Jude. Eventually, with Jude in her arms, EJ escorted Nicole into the police station. Following Jude's abduction by Sloan, Nicole was to be arrested and placed in a prison cell where she would no longer pose a threat. Rafe Hernandez almost put Nicole under jail, but Eric persuaded Sloan to show some mercy and be thankful Jude was safe. In the end, Sloan admitted to Rafe that she had forgotten to ask Nicole to watch the child. Therefore, there was no reason to file a complaint. Rafe remained worried, but Nicole assured him she would get the support she required. Not long after, Nicole found herself surrounded by Sloan, who cautioned her not to touch the infant. Nicole was shocked to hear Sloan threaten to ruin her life if she disobeyed her commands. He met Stephanie in the park after returning with Harris. Except for their kiss, Stephanie acknowledged she couldn't recall anything from previous night. Stephanie was reassured by Harris that nothing more happened, despite his apology for allowing that to occur. Harris brought Stephanie up to his room because she was too inebriated to go anywhere else and gave her a shirt to wear because she had puked all over her clothes. Stephanie hoped that they could keep this between them, but Harris felt compelled to tell Ava Vitali the entire tale. On Monday's episode of Days, Stephanie ran into Alex in the town square before Chad approached them from behind and created an uneasy atmosphere. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Stephanie's love life will likely stay chaotic, so stay tuned for updates on her romantic future. According to spoilers on Days of Our Lives, Maggie Kyriakis' kindness could cause more problems. Maggie's kindness and weakness have been exploited by Konstantin Nelianonis since she is still grieving the loss of Victor Kyriakis. Maggie discovered various ways Konstantin had been deceiving her after she welcomed him into her house. Maggie was so gracious as to settle Konstantin's debt, which he had made up about the Greek mob chasing Victoria Cook. But ever since he informed Maggie that he was unable to return to Greece, Constantine is plotting to remain in the city. In Constantine's fake narrative, if he returns home and confronts the Greek mafia once more, he will die a corpse. Day's spoilers indicate he may continue pursuing that angle because Constantine stated that his visa could be extended if he marries a citizen of the United States. To stay in the nation, maybe Constantine will give Maggie another suggestion or two and try to convince her to propose marriage. Maggie's mood has improved with Constantine around after Victor's plane disaster, when she was left lost and heartbroken. A part of Maggie might worry that if Constantine leaves her now, she'll revert to that depressing, lonely state. According to spoilers for Days, Constantine might emphasize his soft tale in the upcoming episodes in the hopes that Maggie would eventually pop the question. It would be simple for Maggie to pop the question and insist on a hasty nuptials in order to spare Constantine from an unfortunate end in Greece. Fans of DOL are aware that Constantine is a liar who is merely after Maggie's money. All of this is a part of Constantine's complex scheme to exact revenge on Victor and obtain the things he believes are his due. Thus far, it appears that Constantine has no genuine affections for Maggie. As Constantine's wedding to Maggie approaches, this villain could grow even more evil. Fans of Days will understandably be excited to discover if anyone can uncover the avaricious groom before it's too late. Before Constantine makes some possibly lucrative promises to Maggie, will his true intentions be made clear? Keep checking back for more on all the commotion surrounding Maggie and Constantine's potential engagement, according to spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Though Sarah made every effort to keep Xander away from their daughter, is Victoria the factor that ends up bringing the broken couple back together? Sarah acknowledges, "There's so much history between us. I'm receiving every known signal." Will Xander and Sarah, however, take a chance and give love another go? Nicole is not looking forward to seeing Leo when he arrives at her home. She tells him fiercely, "My son is dead." Leo counters, "But what if that wasn't true?" Could he truly reveal the information so soon? Chanel is ecstatic following a beautiful anniversary meal with Johnny. She exclaims to her mother, "This is going to be the best Christmas ever." Sadly, Polina is going to say something that will send her daughter plummeting down to earth. She confides, "I'm afraid I have some bad news." What's causing Polina to start crying and Chanel to give her a comforting hug? Teases of updates and spoilers for Days of Our Lives when Theresa Donovan's brother and father recognize her from security tape. It's going to cause a crisis in the Donovan family. Steve Johnson used the ISA's equipment to send tape of Constantine Milana's partner in kidnapping. Steve is aware that the ISA has sophisticated equipment that may enhance the grainy video and possibly even use facial recognition to identify a suspect. Given that Theresa and Eve Donovan have both engaged in dubious activities, it appears that the Donovan family turns out some mischievous girls. There's a chance that Shane or Andrew Donovan will recognize Theresa without the need for this specialized equipment, and it appears that Andrew does. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.